Started alive.
And here we are.
Hi, 30-ish listeners and 30-ish
Peoples.
viewers. Hi, Shay.
Hi, Brie.
Welcome to 30-ish. I'm Brie.
Hi, Buddha.
Buddha wanted to say hi. She's in the back. You can't see her. I wish she would just perch right here on my shoulder.
She won't do that.
She
Maybe if you
could
were
learn.
Maybe if you were Austin, she might.
She could learn. Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm solid.
How's it going? What's been going on besides that we went horseback riding?
Besides we went horseback riding, that was pretty dope.
It was like the magical storybook.
I was singing Pocahontas
trail.
in my head the entire time.
She was.
I was.
I was just like, can we walk through more rivers? Because we
Right.
walked through like
Yeah, that was pretty magical.
one river
with
like
these
6 different times.
fucking horses, and I was like, dude, I feel like I'm forging the frontier. This is amazing, but
I
without
know,
all
it's
the
like,
whole
no one's
death and
colonized
stuff.
this area yet. I feel
true.
like a
pioneer.
true pioneer,
It was nice.
but not the motherfucker kinds.
No.
No.
And then I could go home to my bed.
Yeah.
It's the only kind of pioneer that I want to be a part of.
After we got a cold brew at the saloon.
At the saloon.
And got some backyard bird chicken. Shout out to them.
Yeah, that was pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie. For
delicious. They're
not really
Nashville
eating
hot.
meat a whole lot, it was
pretty good chicken?
it was worth the hiatus for a mere lunch period.
That's good. It was with a beer, so
It washed down real
you
nice.
had
What's up?
to do that. Buddha is really wanting to be on the IG Lives, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess this was her gateway to stardom.
It's true.
And freedom.
And freedom. Hey, my love.
Hope you guys like my 30-ish outfit. Just my bitch bun and my fucking most raggedy t-shirt I've ever seen.
But it looks good on you.
It's actually not even mine. It's my boyfriend's, so
Well,
even more.
he likes
even better.
girly shirts. That's okay.
Yeah. Why is this...
I don't know. It just, maybe it fits your form
Just
really
Bob
well. I don't
fucking
know.
Marley.
I don't know.
Yeah, because it's... Anyway.
I have no idea why.
He could like girly shirts. He kind of does sometimes.
That's fine. I'm no judgment.
And I like boy ones.
It's fine. That's because they're more comfortable. Anyway,
They are.
speaking of 30-ish things, let's talk about this delicious 30-ish.
We made up a drink, and might be our new official drink.
Yeah.
Okay? Because it is fucking good.
It is,
And
it's
it
got,
is a
like-
concoction of all concoctions.
It's a concoction of sponsorships and fucking...
And dreams.
And just dreams and hopes.
And deliciousness. And look at this goddamn color.
It's got a little snack on the bottom. Look at all those seeds.
Look at it.
Look at that.
It's health in a glass.
We should ship that off to Snack That Show.
Just wait till you hear what's in this motherfucking drink. Okay?
It's delicious.
All right. So...
Round it off.
So first we got some muddled raspberries, organic raspberries, and some lemon juice. Mixed into that is some of our wonderfully partnered CBD honey from Farmhouse Hemp. Mm-hmm. So we put our CBD honey in with the lemon juice, mixed it up.
Yeah.
And by we, I mean I did this.
I watched it.
Shay approved.
I was a supervisor. I was a great manager.
So anyways.
It's fine.
So we mixed all that together. Got that CBD honey up in there. And then I put some ice in a glass. I put my shots in the glass that I wanted, about 2.5.
Yeah, it was a lot in there.
And then we put our new favorite fucking seltzers, Fruit Smash. Mm-hmm. Fruit Smash, right? From New Belgium. So the pink lemonade version, because it was raspberry and lemon already, so we're like, well, that would be perfect. And it has a cockatiel.
It was Destiny.
It actually has a cockatoo on it.
It was cockatiel, remember?
But cockatiel is a word, but it was a cockatoo on the...
No, it was, remember, because your sister was like, no, it's a cockatiel.
Well,
and I was like, it's
making
a cockatoo.
sure it was a word. But it is a cockatoo that is the big white
So
ones.
we were both right. Got it.
Yeah. Anywho. Fruit Smash in there. And then, of course, a little splash of Topo Chico just to balance it all out.
Yes.
Put a little spring water in there. Perfect. Mixed it all up.
Yeah.
Did we put anything else in there? No. Vodka.
Just our hopes and dreams.
And it's called the 30-ish Punch.
Yeah, it's delicious. Oh.
Don't worry. I'll have a... Oh, my God. Buddha is, like, wanting me to pet her right now. I am very
You should be
intrigued.
honored.
Anyways, we're
45
going to
years
put a
of good
recipe
luck.
for the 30-ish punch coming soon. But it's fucking delicious.
It's really refreshing.
It's
and
wonderful.
that little CBD honey.
It's going to calm us while
I know.
riling this up.
That's why it's 30-ish punch. You got to
No,
put
there's
some
like 2.5
CBD
shots
to
in there
just
and punch, so...
make the inflammation go down. I don't know why I was grabbing my boobs as I was talking about that.
It balances out the inflammation you get from
It's
ingesting
the alcohol. That's why it's
perfect.
30-ish. It's perfect.
Hashtag balance. That's what life is all about, right?
Copious amounts of
Not
alcohol.
stay.
Yes. Then some CBD on
Not
top.
copious. Well,
It's
whatever
fine.
whatever you want to do. But anyways, 30-ish punch
It's delicious.
coming to a
Yes.
house near you. DM us if you want the recipe. Wink, wink. Okay, so
Is that your
what
cousin?
are we? Oh, no, that is my. Yes, that is my cousin.
I guessed
Sorry,
it right.
I was confused because my sister-in-law is Emily Filemeyer as well. This is my cousin Emily. Yes, we tried the Topo Chico.
There's actually a
Topo
great
Chico
video about
seltzers.
that.
We have a great video on it, Emily. You gotta go back in our fucking
Vault.
archives. But yes, they're delicious, and I got the creamy aspect. I talked about how you were like, it's creamy somehow, and I was like, what?
Yes.
Get it. I get it.
Jesus Christ, Buddha.
Okay, so what
Seriously
did we
having
roll?
a stroke.
I hope your cat's not having a stroke.
I mean, I think she'd be seizing around a little bit.
She's not. She's just excited to be on live TV.
It's fine.
What'd you
rolled
roll?
nostalgia, and I
Yes.
rolled history.
Because we swip swapped.
We swip swapped.
We swip swapped.
We swip swapped.
Yeah, I'm excited to tell you guys about mine. It's pretty fucking random.
Okay, mine's too.
And I thought it was
So.
only going to be about the 90s, but it's just really about it's pop culture.
Perfect.
That's all I have to say. You gotta listen to the show to
Yes.
find out what the fuck I'm talking about.
yeah.
That's the secret. You just gotta listen.
Is that the real
Listen
secret?
and download and rate and review.
Yeah.
What's yours about? Don't tell me, but tell me.
I mean,
good?
it's a list.
It's a list?
Yeah.
I'm kind of doing a list.
So
we
you
like
know,
lists.
We like lists. Get a little bit of everything in a
You guys
list.
like lists?
I
We
like
lists.
checking off to-do lists. This is kind of, there's a list in this. There's a list
There's
of
a list
bullshit
of
almost.
delicious
Fine.
sponsored ingredients. Mm-hmm. Almost sponsored, most of them.
Yep.
But anyway, cheers to you guys. And, also my other cousin is on here. Doug!
Man, it is like
Holy shit.
a
it's
little
a family
reunion.
It's a Filemeyer party. Actually, none of them are Filemeyers, but you guys are from the Filemeyer heritage. Well, no, Emily's a Filemeyer. Oh my God.
Man, are you drunk
now
already?
Now I'm just flustered.
Yeah, you are. You're all
All right,
nervous,
guys.
Nelly. None of my cousins ever come say hi to me. That's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, that's because my cousins are the best.
Mine are not.
Filemeyer party.
Okay.
Okay, we gotta go. We gotta record this.
We do.
Thanks, Filemeyers, for hanging out. And Stern, technically. Let's get into this shit.
Yep.
And also drink more of this because
It's delicious.
you guys better try it
you better catch.
when we post the recipe.
Yes. Do it.
Or else. Okay. Love you guys. Thank you. Talk to you.
Let's see if you can figure it out. Let's see how long it takes.
Okay,
her.
I did it.
Oh.
I did it. It's an X right here. I found the X. Bye. Okay.
Let's do it.
Speaking of nostalgia, pop culture, let's get into some nostalgia pop culture. Because that's what I rolled.
I'm excited.
Today we're talking about our favorite pop magician icons.
Ooh. Penn and
Teller's on the list.
Shut the fuck up. Okay. Oh, wait. You mean like of all time?
And of like my own life. At first it was going to be about 90s, but then I realized
Say
half
that-
these people have not been
Say
in
that one more time. What's the list about?
our favorite pop magician icons.
You actually, I only know of the one.
You don't know of any other magicians other than Penn and Teller that are famous. That's basically what I mean.
Of like,
What do you mean?
of like how, like what's the time stamp?
Well, it was
on
going to be
that?
the 90s, but half the people I put on this list were from earlier than the 90s. So I was
Okay,
like, wow.
yes. Then yes.
So yeah. It's
Okay.
not just the 90s. Exactly.
Okay, that's
so,
why I was super confused. I was like,
So at first I was going to do 90s magicians, but that's not really a thing.
my
because they
favorite
all
ones that
started
are the
before.
ones that got bit by the tiger.
Well, we'll talk about them too.
I'm super excited about the Siegfrieds.
So, but first I wanted to talk about what really makes a really good, iconic magician. What do you think?
Their cape.
The cape.
The
for
cape.
Sure.
The showmanship.
The sequins.
100%.
The fabrics.
How far they puff out their chest.
The fake tan.
You know? Oh, yeah, for sure.
The makeup.
How much jelly put in their hair.
Yes, that's very true.
Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever seen a magician that isn't like super jet blacked hair.
Well, a lot of them had bleached hair, Shay, Siegfried and Roy.
That's true. But the ones that I saw, there was this one guy at you're not gonna cover him, so it's fine. He was at Esther's Follies, which is like a variety show in Austin. It's like one of the oldest things that it's like a very fun thing to do if back in the 90s or whatever. It's still running. Very Austin, very weird, very bizarre. And he was a magician.
Like a comedy show?
It's like a comedy show. It's like a
variety show?
It's like a variety show, but there's also a magician in it. And he had this jet black sleazy hair, and he did the whole thing where I swear to God, he did his whole act to the Moulin Rouge soundtrack.
Oh,
and because it was the one where it had all the techno version-y ones in it, the tracks, and so he did all the fucking with the hoop and the girl, and she's float, but I'm I can see the fucking wires.
Get you, yeah.
Oh, it's the one where he was I only speak the truth.
I only speak the truth.
That's exactly what it was.
I only speak the truth.
That's the one that he did.
Wow, I wish I could have seen that.
So for whatever reason, that's the image of magician I see.
Don't forget about those very, very sexual assistants.
That is
with
true.
Their
if you don't
costumes.
if you don't have a sexual assistant, then I don't know. You're doing something wrong.
Yeah, you are.
It's either that or a midget, which I'm not quite sure.
That's true.
Why that's
little people.
Little people. I'm sorry.
It's
well,
PPC?
no. What is it? Is it? But is it? I don't know.
It's
totally
not
ignorant.
The N word.
No, but I don't because it's dwarf, because that's an actual.
Yeah.
Right, but But isn't there another word? It's not midget
anymore.
Okay.
It's definitely not that word.
Fuck.
It's
okay.
Little People. I thought Little People Big World, that show.
That is true, but I didn't know if they have a different, if you have to call them for their specific what they're classified as, dwarfism, or there's another, whatever the other
thing is.
Yeah, whatever the other whatever kind of ailment it is, or you know what I mean.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anyways, probably delete that. Just kidding. There's
it's
lots
fine. I'm being truthful. I don't know.
No,
I'm totally unaware. So
totally
you can
joking.
teach me. Hey, Austin.
Austin?
Anyway.
Hey, Austin. Okay. So also, fake tans and spikes. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
I also thought you were going to talk about fake tits, but okay.
Well,
that kind of goes hand in hand.
they were pretty natural.
Tit in
they were
hand?
probably fake tits on those assistants.
100%.
Had to squeeze them in to get them cut off or whatever. Cut
They
in
could
half.
just get the detachable ones, with the Velcro.
That's probably what Penn and Teller did.
They probably did.
Anyways.
Go on.
So first up, we're going to be talking about the beloved... Oops.
God, I keep hitting the microphone.
Shay just bumped her drink into the microphone. That's what you guys heard. We're going to talk about Siegfried and Roy. Siegfried Fitzblacher was born in 1939.
Okay.
They're both dead.
I actually didn't know that. I thought they were still just living with their tigers in a pool somewhere.
They recently died in the last 2 years, actually.
Oh. Of the corona?
Actually, yes. Siegfried died of the coronavirus.
Jesus Christ.
Apparently,
you guys, I'm a fortune teller, so.
But Roy died.
$5 a pop.
But Roy died of pancreatic. Wait, let me make sure I'm fucking getting this right.
Were they lovers?
Can you just let me give my presentation? They did finally come out as lovers in 2007.
I just like to be interactive, Brianna.
I know you do. And you just always...
I beat you to that punch.
You do.
That 30-ish punch.
Foreshadow my...
Hashtag TM.
I don't know.
Anyway,
yes,
it was mostly as a joke, but
Siegfried died of coronavirus in 2020, and Roy died 8 months later of pancreatic cancer.
Or a broken heart.
Probably.
Or a broken penis.
They're riding those white tigers in the sky.
Just galloping.
Which I'll tell you a little about white tigers later. That's probably going to not make you feel very good. So here we go. Secret lovers. Okay, that's what we're going to first. They did finally come out. They came out as gay in 2007, which they never had.
But they didn't come out as lovers.
But they did talk about being lovers, but then they weren't in the end. They were just like best friends. But I think they ended up being lovers again after Homeboy got fucking bit by the tiger in 2003. But we're going to get all into that.
All right, I'm excited.
So they're basically the real fucking tiger gangs.
Well, how? Okay.
Okay.
They are.
But they actually can be in a little... They're better than the tiger gang, but they're in the same kind of...
I bet they are. But here we go.
But... They actually met on a cruise ship. Beautiful story. So first Siegfried...
Maybe that's my problem.
So Siegfried was the magician. Roy wasn't. He was just obsessed with, like, exotic animals because once when he was a little boy, he found himself in quicksand and his dog...
Shut the fuck
Lassie
up.
style, pulled Roy to safety. And then that started his, like, obsession with animals. And then... and meanwhile, Siegfried, they both grew up in Germany. Their dads were like alcoholics, veterans from World War II.
Okay.
And so Siegfried was just like practicing magic as like an escape for himself. And
but where did he get
Roy
stuck
just
in
loved his
quicksand?
That's
somewhere
crazy. In Germany, apparently.
I didn't know that was a problem.
His dog Hex
saved
him. Lassie style.
He wasn't a Hex no more.
So basically, they met on a cruise ship, and
That's
Roy,
precious.
who had smuggled a pet cheetah in a laundry sack onto the cruise ship, they were both workers on the cruise ship.
Okay.
Roy had smuggled a pet cheetah onto the ship because it was his pet. Anyway, so he had seen Siegfried doing magic tricks in front of guests one day and was like super interested, like, oh, dude, what's that guy doing? I guess he made a rabbit disappear or some shit. And some other card tricks and stuff. Anyways, so then Roy famously asked the fateful question that changed their lives forever. And Roy went up to Siegfried and was like, if you can make a rabbit disappear, what about a cheetah? And then proceeded to show him his pet cheetah, Chico, that he had hidden in his room on the cruise ship. This is a real story.
First of all, how long was he... How
I don't
long
know
were
how
they
he did
going to
this.
be
It must
working?
have been a baby.
I guess so. But, like, at the same time, like... I'm just also imagining, like, do cheetahs poop, like, does it smell like dogs? Like, does it, I don't know. Like,
I have no idea, but he apparently had hidden a cheetah on the fucking cruise ship. It was like the fucking it was like the late 50s, so, like, who the fuck knows, you know?
that room must have smelled so bad.
It's fine, he didn't care. He had a fucking cheetah friend.
I mean, that's...
I wouldn't give a fuck.
Fair, but... Have you ever smelled cat piss? Can you imagine what cheetah piss smells like?
Oh, that's probably right.
Anyway,
so
that's insane. I cannot believe that's a real fucking story. In the 60s and even like the 50s, and before, like, anything before 1990 was a wild fucking time. God damn. Jesus
before
Christ.
the year two. Well, it's still wild.
Yeah,
okay.
it
I was
is.
like, well, no,
but like where you're like, just like, oh yeah, no, I couldn't have a dog at school, so I snuck a bear in. True story. I'll tell you about that later, but go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was basically.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
And since that day, they started working together and they took their show on the road. So, I had a joke in there. I forgot about it. So, like,
say it.
So Siegfried, or like Roy showed Siegfried his cheetah, and then he probably showed him his wiener.
Oh, he showed him
and then they
his
became
wiener.
lovers forever.
And
it
they're
would
like,
have
"Oh."
been funnier in the moment, but
It would have been,
anyways.
but it's still funny because he probably was like, I guess what else is spotted? And
He's
you're
like, oh,
"You
goddamn,
need
you
to
have a cheetah?
You gotta go get some cream for that rash.
Oh, yes. Okay, so from then on, they took their act on the road and the water together, eventually landing them into Vegas in the late 60s.
Damn.
And known
older
for their
than I thought.
exotic animal usage. They used cheetahs, tigers, lions. I don't think they used bears. But
No.
they also used elephants, horses, potbelly pigs, to name a few.
Oh.
And then eventually in the 80s...
But no bears.
They started using white tigers and white lions, which I was always told were called Siberian tigers, which apparently isn't a real thing. So, I mean,
what?
a Siberian tiger's real, but a white tiger, technically the ones they were using was basically because of a genetic mutation, or like they're Bengal tigers that carry a recessive gene, and then if they have two white ones, they would breed them together. And it's literally the white tiger population originated from one single white tiger and has been inbred ever since.
So they're real smart, is what you're saying.
Yeah, so undeniably beautiful. A number of them had birth defects, including cross eyes, club feet, cleft palates, other things like that.
That's crazy.
And, yeah, isn't that insane?
And sad. And
then they started popularizing them, and then they would sell them. Like the non-striped ones were like $100,000, shit like that. They would start breeding.
Fuck. Jesus.
So, also really fun fact, there's 5,000 tigers in captivity, yet there's 3,200 in the wild. So, that's fast math.
Yeah.
Okay, so moving on.
Yes.
So beginning in 1990, Siegfried and Roy entertained roughly 400,000 people a year at their Mirage show, generating $44 million in revenue for Mr. Stevie Wynn.
Ooh,
Lucky for him, they made a nice salary themselves buying fucking tigers and shit.
Clearly.
And zoos. They also bought a zoo at some point.
Did they?
Yeah. And then, so their shows were almost always sold out, and their trademark white tigers and white lions always were in the shows, after the 80s, of course. They also involved an animatronic dragon, armies of dancers, lots of really groovy music.
Groovy.
Funny gags, Siegfried and Roy floating through burning hoops of fire, a Rolls Royce that once belonged to Greta Garbo, who I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
She's
Greta.
famous. So anyways, one time Siegfried even made an elephant disappear. Do you guys remember that time? I think that was in the 90s for sure, on like an NBC
honestly
special.
don't think I've ever watched them perform. Ever.
My mom really liked magic, so I definitely know.
Your parents were very odd.
They have a lot of things.
They have a lot of
Doesn't
ups and
explain
downs.
anything.
It's so funny to me. But anyway, go on.
They have a lot of phases.
They do. They have like fucking faces like a preteen. Like I swear to
their
God.
Pleiadian phase, they were really into David Copperfield.
They liked magic.
Actually, just my
a
mom.
lot. Yeah.
Figure skate. This was like my mom's like figure skating and magic, and also like it's like Barry Manilow of magics. Like these
That
people.
is true. You're very right
But
about
she
that.
loved him.
That's a good
Anywho,
call.
love you, Mom. I know you're not listening. Unless you are. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anywho,
You're a treasure.
Michael Jackson even wrote and performed their show's themes.
I was gonna ask, like,
Michael Jackson loved them.
Well, we all know that Michael Jackson like a good animal. I'm not. That's not
show.
Not like a
we
joke about anything about anything or euphemism.
We know.
We know. Okay, let's move on.
Okay, Demi Moore also loved them, and she famously had her famously her perfume drove one of their tigers, Jahan, absolutely wild.
She wanted to get that tiger dick.
He wanted to get that human
vagina,
that human pussy.
Oh, he was like,
I don't want my own cats.
Yes.
Anyway. Sorry, that's disgusting, and we're not talking about bestiality. Okay. Anyway.
It's just the style.
You do have to go outside.
You absolutely have to go outside.
Their career spanned over 4 decades. They even used dolphins in the 90s, which is another fucked up thing I need to tell you guys about with their dolphins. Of course, always the focus of using the dolphins, and because the dolphins came to I think it was the Mirage Hotel. They had dolphin exhibit.
And I think you can still go see that exhibit.
So just so you guys know about that, in case you're thinking about going, I just wanted to tell you a few fun facts about them. So the focus was always scientific research, education, and conservation outreach, of course. But according to the Las Vegas Sun, 15 of the exhibit's dolphins died in the first 20 years of its operation. So maybe they're better. But 2 died in 2009 alone, with a dolphin mortality rate of 60%. Oh,
your sister's calling. Little wang snapper.
So, and let's not... Okay, so that was just a little fun fact about the dolphins. But they did use dolphins and did start doing dolphin shit. So, moving on, let's not ever forget about the attack in 2003 on Roy's 59th birthday.
Yes.
The tiger attack.
The tiger attack.
It was actually the tiger attack Siegfried, though. they didn't want to get the birthday boy. So at least
They're
did
like,
that.
we're going to eat him.
And so the attack actually damaged an artery that carried oxygen to his brain and crushed his windpipe. And he was apparently left paralyzed.
Like forever?
Like partially, like not like partially paralyzed, not like completely.
Okay.
But he's.
I honestly don't know.
Since.
Yeah, so I don't really much. Well, until he died.
Well, of course that.
He's dead now.
He's free as a bird.
He's dead as a doornail.
So, and free as a bird. Now.
He is.
Whatever. Shay? Just kidding. So, Siegfried said that it was a freak accident instead of the tiger being aggressive, which later on someone said otherwise. But Siegfried said that he had high blood pressure at the time, and because of the energy level of the show, got excited and passed out on stage and fell, and then Manticore, which was the name of the tiger, looked at me with his big blue eyes and was confused, and so he picked me up by the neck and he brought me to the side so he could attend to me. And then
fuck off.
In March 2019, a man named Chris Lawrence, who was an animal trainer with the show at that time, came forward with his version of the events. He did tell the Hollywood Reporter the story, so who knows if it's like they were just trying to get a story.
Right,
but
that's fair.
He said that it was a fabrication to protect Manticore and the Siegfried and Roy brand, clearly, because they obviously exploited animals.
Right. And we probably would have gotten all of
it was
their
okay, but
from
it's not. Yeah. So Lawrence was on stage, I guess, at this time, and he said that Roy's last-minute decision to not walk the tiger in a circle as planned, but corral him with his arms instead confused the tiger and caused him to go into fight mode, which would make sense.
This was a white tiger, right?
This was, yeah, I think so.
Also, he's dumb as rocks because he doesn't know.
Well, guess what, Shay?
What?
This exact tiger was resuscitated back to life when he was born.
Oh, no.
By Siegfried himself, because he was born not breathing, and he gave him mouth to mouth to...
How is that for some irony?
Isn't that insane?
Tiger's like, here it comes.
Yeah. So anyways.
Justice. Should've let me died.
So, yeah, in 2000... So, yeah, that happened. So, they had their
Interesting.
tricks and their trades.
Okay.
So, 2007, they both came out as gay, even though everyone
was like,
pretty much knew that. Yeah. But they had never came out as it.
Right.
And
fair enough.
They, in 2008, in a 2008 biography, it was an open secret in Hollywood that they were of course,
lovers. Yeah.
They did have a romantic connection, but it eventually ended and they became best friends, apparently. And then, in addition, business partners. So I think on the ship, they became lovers.
They probably did. Like, I'll show you my cheetah.
And their bond only grew strong, but their bond only grew stronger when Roy was attacked again by Manticore in 2003.
Right.
And then Siegfried became Roy's caretaker. Wait, I thought Roy was the one that got attacked. Now I'm confused.
I thought Roy was the one that got attacked.
Oh, he was.
Yeah.
And it was Roy's birthday, though.
Maybe.
So it was Roy that got attacked. I got confused. Okay. So Siegfried became Roy's caretaker. And he actually told Barbara Walters on a televised interview that almost losing his soulmate really brought home to him how close the two had become through the 44 years of touring and performing together.
That's really cute and
Isn't that
sweet.
cute?
Aww.
So, yeah. And then Siegfried died of coronavirus complications in 2020. And
that
Roy
sucks.
died 8 months later of pancreatic cancer. And
Why didn't I hear about that one?
Riding the white tigers in the sky. I think I heard about it because I remember telling my mom. It was this year in January.
Oh, shit. So 2021.
2020.
Or 2020.
Oh, it was last year, January.
2020.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
So he was one of the first ones out the gate that died from corona.
2021, Roy died.
Oh, so he just died.
Yeah.
Oh,
January of 2021.
still fresh.
And Siegfried died in 2020.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's sad.
Mm-hmm.
That's super sad.
It was kind of weird. They're like, he tested positive for, I guess it was for
corona.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So that's Siegfried and Roy.
Okay.
Moving along, David Copperfield.
Okay.
AKA David Seth Cockton. Do you know who he is?
No. Well, I know who David Copperfield is. I've never again watched his shows either.
Oh my god.
I think I may have only watched like Chris Angel.
You've never watched David Blaine? Because we're going to talk about him.
No.
Chris Angel freaked me out, so I didn't talk about him.
Mind freak. Yeah, that's
I didn't
fair.
like him.
He was kind of a weird dude. He was like, what's his face from Ghost Hunters, which I actually got those two mixed up all the time.
They were.
I'm like, I think he might be the same person, but it's
that's
fine.
Hilarious.
Anyway.
So David Copperfield is Forbes' most commercially successful magician of all time.
Yes.
Started out in the 80s.
Okay.
He's a little boy only child from Metuchen, New Jersey.
Oh.
And he was a kid who overcame his insecurities with magic as a child.
That's usually not how that sentence goes, but okay.
But he did.
But good
And
for
he
him.
yeah.
Did he disappear those bullies? He was like,
He's like, fuck you guys.
I'm going to make you go in the netherworld. It's fine.
Exactly. At age 12, he joined the Society of American Magicians as the youngest member ever.
Well, good for him.
He taught at New York University at age 16 as an adjunct professor in a class called The Art of Magic.
Oh, damn.
He was apparently a little magician prodigy.
Clearly.
He was real
He's
focused.
he was like the real Harry Potter.
And then I don't know if you've ever seen any of his shit, but he is so theatrical. He's like, very like, does like,
Well, he's been doing it since 8,
yeah,
so
exactly.
he's had practice.
But also he used to be on, I think when he was like 17 or something, he was cast in the play called The Magic Man, who was created by the producers of Grease, and he had did 500 shows a year on in theater. So he's very theatrical, very Hollywood, and that explains a lot because of his background. Fair. So he's also the first magician to ever receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame.
Okay.
His 11 Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay.
He sold more tickets than any other solo entertainer in history, including more than Frank Sinatra, Michael Jackson, and Elvis and the Beatles.
Welcome,
Drake.
I mean, honestly, just like that middle America just loves their fucking magic, man.
Do.
They love that
He's
shit.
won 21 Emmys, including one in 1989 for a costume in one of his explosion illusions.
Shut the fuck up.
He won an Emmy for one of his costumes. He was very
Can you imagine his house?
flamboyant. Yeah, his house is probably insane.
I can't even imagine.
Just wait till I tell you. I can't even imagine his house because wait till I tell you more about him, about what he has now.
I'm so excited.
He's written Broadway plays.
What?
Yes.
Damn.
And one of his Broadway the Broadway play he wrote, Dreams and Nightmares, sold more tickets
Dreams and Nightmares. Okay.
the first night than Lion King and any other play. I don't know if this was was written before Hamilton, but
it could be an illusion even about him writing a script. It could just be enter David, what was his name? Copperfield. David Blaine. I was thinking of David Blaine. Copperfield on the stage, and it could just be him just doing this with his hands. I'm just waving him around, and they'd be like, "Bravo!"
Literally,
so good.
I mean, he started in '83, so let's talk about some of his tricks. Shall we?
I'm excited. For his tricks.
He was really into creating these almost movie scenes for his magic tricks.
Okay.
But he found that he got the most popularity from these giant illusions that he would do. So his first one was 1983 when he vanished an airplane while people were literally blindfolded standing around this airplane, and he made it vanish.
I remember hearing
How do you do that though? I know it's fake, but it's how the fuck did you do that?
A really big mirror? I don't know. Did he?
But they had cameras all around. They had all this shit.
He just made it disappear.
Yeah. He made it disappear while people were literally holding hands around it, and they felt it before, and they it's crazy. You can YouTube it.
Oh,
so he even ties it with ropes. It was fucking groundbreaking. It was the fucking 80s, dude.
That
no
is
one had
actually pretty
seen
insane.
this shit either.
People
but it's
would
even
lose
to
your
me to this
mind.
day. I'm like,
how
did you pull that? How do you pull this shit off?
Okay.
So next up in 83, he made the Statue of Liberty vanish.
I remember hearing about that. I do remember that.
He said
But
his
how?
inspiration was because of how important freedom is to him and how fragile it is.
So
if
make it
he took
disappear?
liberty away to show people how valuable it is. He had this vision.
Okay.
Everyone was like, "You're fucking crazy,
You're
white boy.
fucking insane.
You're crazy, little
fucking
white
insane. Yeah.
New Jersey boy."
Get out of here.
He spent a number of years developing this illusion, and the parks department didn't want him to do it. They were like, "You're not vanishing. You devil demon man, you're not vanishing the Statue of Liberty.
Oh my God.
But then he called his buddy Ronald Reagan in because he had been doing shows and shit, a lot of them in Oregon, and Ronald Reagan had seen them and like they'd become kind of friends and like friendly. And he was like, hey, can you talk to the people over in New York City and ask them if I can vanish the fucking Statue of Liberty?
Sure.
Literally, that's what happened, so he did. So Ronald Reagan called in a favor and he vanished the Statue of Liberty.
Okay.
He literally did it. I don't know.
I don't even understand.
It's on video. I don't know. But the people watching, I don't know. Who knows?
I just don't even.
Anyways, moving on. His next big trick was in 1986 when he walked through the Great Wall of China.
He walked through it?
He walked through the Great Wall. So he had like this box on one side where he put his little white fabrics.
Right.
And then it's like showing his silhouette going through. And then they had like this... It was like a new technology of like a kind of camera that went over the whole Great Wall. So it was like in one shot, it showed it from like him going through the one side and then it like panned over the Great Wall of China onto the other side. And he's like coming out all dramatically like, ugh. He's not doing those noises.
He should have been.
But like his arms are all like slowly coming out. And it's like, how the sweet, dude.
Damn it, now I'm gonna get obsessed with magic. I'm gonna have to figure out how he does these things.
So, and the thing was because, Houdini famously walked through a brick wall on stage. So he's like, I'm gonna one-up you, motherfucker. I'm gonna walk through the Great Wall of China, bitch. And he did it. So then, he's even, I forget what year it was in, but he's even, he is bent over Niagara Falls in a fucking crate. But I was watching that illusion today and it was really hilarious because it was like clearly animatronic hands and feet. They like put him in, you know how they do the fucking like sawing in half thing?
Right. Yeah.
He was like on a table thing. Like back in like, it was like in 90, I don't know. It might have been 80s. I don't even know.
Like late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah. 80, it might have been 89 that he did this. But, so it's just funny. Just Google it. It's hilarious. But like, but he's in like this glass box that has like, and he lays on this like wooden plank thing. And then he gets like in this box that's like a, the sawing in half thing. But then he sticks his hands through and then his feet are dangling. But the feet are really weirdly going slow. And then the hands are really like, really slowly like waving. And I'm like, okay, obviously, like clearly it's not him, but it's like, it's just like, what? How did you? Because it's just flat. But then,
how is that an illusion if it's not really him?
It is, yeah.
Yeah, that's just like him.
It's an illusion because they think it's him.
I guess
it looks real. And then I watched this thing about him, and it's like, I mean, it's all these illusionists are just like making it seem believable,
right? That he got into that box, and then somehow he slipped out of that box, and he's not in the box.
Exactly, and then he comes out, but then he like falls over Niagara Falls, and then immediately. He comes out on a rope on a helicopter, literally hanging without anything, but he's literally hanging onto a rope.
Right.
And he's like, without any harness.
Right.
He's literally holding on to his life.
Right.
With his life. Anyways, it's pretty dramatic.
Okay.
Very dramatic, but pretty sweet.
That is pretty awesome.
So then the worst thing that he said to ever happen to him on stage, which is some pop fucking culture news for you. Mm-hmm. So he cut his finger off during a rope trick, and he was supposed to cut the rope, but instead cut the tip of his finger because the scissors were so sharp. And then he had to like, he said he was taken to the hospital.
Okay.
They had to like end the show, I guess. Because he was like bleeding everywhere.
Yeah.
And then
not a trick.
So he was taken to the hospital, and then apparently Mike Tyson's cut guy was in town, so he sewed his finger back on.
Oh, perfect.
And so
what a nice man.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Mr. David Copperfield for you. Also, so I was watching this interview, and he's like, yeah, magicians are at the forefront of creating new technology a lot of times, like, you know, the things that we used to use to like make doors open by themselves. Yeah, that's what we use in grocery stores. Or
right.
He was saying that like magicians are like the top of the technological.
Right. So they were doing all that shit before it was
doing
like
these
mainstream.
Illusions. Exactly.
Right.
So right now he says he's working on a new this technology right now that, basically seems like magic, and he's going to be like showing it to people. He's like, I'm going to exploit it first, but then I'm sure it's going to be in our lives very soon.
All right, easy, Bill Gates.
I know. Okay, David Copperfield.
Calm down.
Well, ready for his Bill Gates hour?
Okay.
So, I don't know if you know this, but David Copperfield owns 700 acres of natural, lush, 11 and a group of 11 private islands, total 700 acres.
What?
In the Exuma, Bahamas.
God damn, they should have held Firefest
40
there.
sugar sand beaches, a 2-mile long sandbar, and he's been developing unique magical adventures for island guests. We're gonna go there, Shay.
As long as they're not held in the dark time, then I'm fine.
No. So he has a drive-in movie theater where a giant silver screen appears on a beach in front of the guests.
Is that just what you do when you just have so much money, you don't even know what to do with it? You're like, you know what?
And you're a magician?
Theme park for everybody. Yeah,
and
that's
then
fine.
He has
fair.
a custom-designed magical treasure hunt adventure. And then there's also a secret village, which is a hidden sanctuary of enchanted monkeys accessed only by entering beneath a giant rising statue
Shut the fuck
and
up.
journeying through an ancient underground passage. This is from his very own website, so I couldn't make this up. This is real life.
How much does this cost?
I have
to
no
go?
idea, but it's probably like $1 million a night.
I'm sure it is.
It's like $2,000 a night. Who knows? And then
That might be worth it, though.
Who knows? I was like, hopefully he's not a fucking child molester out there. Anyways.
You would find out. Well, I mean, we wouldn't.
No,
he's
not.
Children,
He's a good dude. I trust him.
You said about Michael Jackson.
We'll see.
But it's fine. Moving on.
That's true. Okay, next up we got Penn and Teller. Mr. Penn Jillette and Raymond Joseph Teller. Mm-hmm. Okay, your favorites.
My favorites.
So, for over 40 fucking years, they have defied labels.
Labels?
And labels of magicians, because they kind of make fun of magic, but at the same time do magic.
They do, and I would never.
They're very satirical.
Because I will give them that.
Political.
I mean, because of that, I just always saw them as like just this random show that they incorporate magic, but I would never define them as musicians.
Yeah, they're like comedic magicians.
Yeah.
So
well-rounded. Yes.
They're literal pop culture gold as well. They're like all over. They're all over the place.
I know. I just saw him on Friends the other day.
Yeah,
when he was selling Joey a Bible.
Yep.
They're
on Friends for sure. So, just so you know, Teller's trademark silence. He's not a mute. He can.
It wasn't
talk.
a Bible. It was an encyclopedia. Okay, go on. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, that wouldn't sound like Penn.
That
or
was
Teller.
that was weird. I don't know why I said that, but go on.
They are scientific skeptics or science skeptics or whatever. Anyways, so his silence originated during his youth when he earned a living performing magic at college fraternity parties, and he found out that if he maintained silent throughout his act, the spectators would refrain from throwing beer and heckling him, and they paid more attention to his performance when he didn't talk. So
that's hilarious.
Apparently that is why he's silent, and it just stuck, and it's funny because
it is funny.
And he's also like the only one that does the actual stunts.
Right. And he's like, it's just like Penn is like
dummy.
It's just like fucking entertaining him. Or I'm sorry, is like narrating him.
Yeah.
And then he's just always has like this Charlie Chaplin kind of Chaplin.
Which is
Chapin,
cool.
Whatever.
Charles
Chapman.
Chaplin?
Oh my God.
Chaplin.
I can speak.
It's Chaplin.
I thought it was Chapman.
Chapman? Chapman? It is Chapman.
Yeah.
Charlie Chapman. Whoops.
It's fine. Okay, go on. Sorry.
I haven't drank any of my punch.
None of it. You have a little snack at the bottom, so it's fine.
It's true. Fruit at the bottom. So Penn and Teller met through a mutual friend and started a culture, this thing called the Asparagus Valley Cultural Society, which was in Petaluma, California. Makes sense, Asparagus Valley. And it was called the Amazing Petaluma, California is like in Napa. And
I was like going to say, like, I don't know what that means. Is it in the Central Coast?
it's where Mark and Ryan are from. Well, they're not from there.
I don't know.
Good. It's on the Central Coast. It's on the...
You could lie to me and tell me it's from the Central Coast. I'm like, oh, cool. So Narnia.
It's like the northern. It's like northern. It's not central. So anyways, it was the amazing comedy of theatrical surprises, which literally, that makes a lot of sense. They are comedy. And
they are.
They're just theatrical magicians.
Yeah.
So, in 85, yeah, they have done so much shit.
That was a good year. 85 was a good year.
85, the year Shay was born.
Me.
The show Penn and Teller opens off-Broadway to rave reviews. They get bookings on SNL, Late Night with David Letterman, Miami Vice. They win an Emmy for their first TV
random.
special. They have another special called Penn and Teller Go Public. And they also win an Obie for their off-Broadway show.
An Obie.
Yeah.
Not like an OB-GYN. Okay, got it.
No.
Not like
Actually, I don't know if that's a... It says, and an Obie. I think that's an award.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
It sounds like you get an Obie. Yeah.
87, Penn and Teller move to actual Broadway, no more off-Broadway, and they open at the Ritz Theater. And
Nice.
they also star in a Run DMC video, It's Tricky. That's fucking cool.
That is fucking
Again,
cool.
pop culture gold. Okay. In
They know how
1989,
to
they made their
market themselves.
first movie.
Good for them.
Yeah, in 1989, they made their first movie, Penn and Teller Get Killed. Directed by
jeez.
Oscar nominee Arthur Penn.
Oh.
They also released their first book, Cruel Tricks for Dear Friends, which is published. So in 1989,
Okay.
they made their first movie, Penn and Teller Get Killed. Directed by an Oscar nominee, Arthur Penn. Then they also make their first book, Cruel Tricks for Dear Friends, which is basically a book on how to do magic, and trick your closest friends, which is hilarious.
So nice. I like that.
1990,
Sure, every middle schooler bought it.
they have their first NBC. I'm sure a lot of adults bought it. I want to buy it.
I would
It's
buy it, too.
hilarious.
Yeah.
They've had their first NBC special, Don't Try This at Home, where Penn drives an 18-wheeler over Teller as a centerpiece. So that was their trick.
Okay. They sure know how to market themselves.
They did. In 1991, they had another Broadway show, Penn and Teller Rotten Hell. And they make their Vegas debut at
Very
Bally's
negative.
in 1993. Do that for a little while, get more fucking famous and more marketing and more fucking appearances.
Right.
They had dozens of appearances on shows like Friends, Dharma and Greg, Home Improvement, Sabrina the Teenage
Dharma
Witch,
and Greg.
The Drew Carey Show, Hollywood Squares, Muppets Tonight, Fear Factor, The Bernie Mac Show. To top it all off, they were in Katy Perry's music video, Waking Up in Vegas.
God damn.
Okay, where she kicks him out of a hotel room. 1999, they make it to The Simpsons.
Made her
Big
virginity
time.
disappear. Sorry,
Probably.
go on. That was rude.
They didn't do that. That was long gone.
Foul.
They had a show on Showtime for 8 seasons called This Is Bullshit. Or no, it's called Total Bullshit.
Okay.
It was a skeptical look at physics, religion, pseudoscientific
Yes,
conspiracy
I think
theories,
I remember that
paranormal.
one. I think I remember that one.
Yeah.
I never watched it, so sorry about it, guys.
It's fine. I didn't either. I'm kind of interested. They wrote more Broadway plays. They go back to Broadway in 2016. And they become the longest headlining act in Vegas history.
Oh, damn. Good for them. Good for them.
Them. Some of their tricks include Teller hanging upside down over a bed of spikes in a straitjacket, Teller submerged in a glass tank of water, Teller being run over by an 18-wheeler tractor.
Jesus.
They often like to present tricks that appear to be botched or a trick gone wrong, but then they end up revealing like a secret of how a magic trick is done. And then in exposing the trick, they end up doing a more spectacular version of the trick. If that makes any sense. If
Yes.
you've ever seen them. Like they're like making fun of a magic trick, but at the same time doing a better version of that magic trick. Do you know what I
Gotcha.
mean? Right?
I think so.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Does that make any sense?
Yes.
It makes sense to me.
I think so.
Maybe it doesn't.
It's fine.
Anyways, so yeah, like for example, like on a segment of Bullshit, their show, they demonstrate an illusion of sawing a woman in half, only to for the saw to fall accidentally, but then she gets cut in half twice. I don't know, just silly. They're
Okay.
just a couple of silly guys.
Silly boys.
They're not rumored lovers. They've never. I don't know if they've ever been rumored lovers.
I don't think I've ever felt that vibe from them.
No, they didn't.
He'd have to climb that tree like a motherfucker.
I mean, some people do.
I mean, but they never had that vibe.
No, they didn't. Not like Siegfried and Roy.
No.
Okay, next up and last up we have which is my favorite magician, I think, David Blaine.
Okay.
He is fucking weird and crazy.
I like weird and crazy.
Yeah, you do.
I love weird and crazy.
He's like 50. Maybe you could
I mean,
hang out.
I'm all about it.
So he's an American illusionist, endurance artist, and extreme performer. Okay.
Okay.
He's born and raised in Brooklyn. His mom is Russian Jewish ancestry, and his dad is Puerto Rican and Italian. So,
like quite a mix.
If you ever wondered
what that mix would look like?
What David Blaine comes from?
It's his heritage.
It's his heritage. Okay.
Okay.
He was introduced to magic by a street performer at the age of 4, when he started becoming very interested in it. Mm-hmm. Magic wasn't his only interest. He attended neighborhood playhouse drama school and appeared in several TV commercials and soap operas. And at this time is when he discovered his ability to levitate off the ground. Urging his personal, and at the urging of his personal physician, Blaine underwent thorough examination for this phenomenon happening. Apparently that happened.
Okay.
So apparently that's when he was like in his teens, from what I understood from what I found. So anyways, moved to Manhattan when he was 17, became more of a street performer with his magic. At age 21, he was very close to his mother, and she ended up dying of cancer.
Aww.
But through his grief, he continued performing, and made a name for himself, eventually performing at celebrity functions and doing magic tricks for people like Mike Tyson, Al Pacino, and David Geffen. He then, started doing that kind of shit, was like, I'm gonna send a fucking tape to ABC and see what happens. And so at the age of 23, he had his first TV show on ABC called David Blaine's Street Magic. And that is when he became pretty fucking famous. 2 years later, he had another show called Magic Man. And even Penn, as in Penn and Teller, said he really does break new ground with his magic. Right. And he said that his TV show was the best TV magic special ever done.
Oh, damn.
So that's from Penn. So
okay.
Knows his shit. And when asked, Blaine said his performance style is he wants to bring magic back to how it used to be like 100 years ago, is what he said. So he's like old school. He's like a hipster magician. Okay.
Good for him.
So in 1999, he performed his first endurance stunt where he submerged himself in 4,000 pounds of water for over a week.
How?
He fucking just trained his body to be able to fucking do that. I don't know.
How's that like a job?
You don't.
It's just insane to me.
It's just he does that, and people are like, "You can't do this, so I'll pay you to see if you can." And then he does.
All right, well then that's fair.
In 2000, he followed that with Frozen in Time, he calls it, which he was frozen into a block of ice for 72 hours.
Okay.
2 years later, he stood on a 100-foot pillar for 35 hours in his stunt called Vertigo. You can look all these up online. In 1999, he did a stunt called Buried Alive, where it was his first live stunt where he was it was actually a feat that Houdini was unable to do in his lifetime. So he entombed himself underground in a plastic box beneath a 3-ton water tank for 7 days with no food and little water. Over 75,000 visitors came to the site, which topped the foot traffic of the Empire State Building and Statue of Liberty combined. And so they like came to like see him, that he was like under there. Right. And so then once he reemerged after the fucking 7 days, he was like, I saw a vision of every race, religion, and age group banding together. So he prophesied. Okay. He had a little prophecy down there. Little visions.
Yeah, I did.
Somehow. He did a stunt called Above the Below, where he captured the attention of the nation for 44 days in Great Britain. He was in a transparent box with no food for 44 days above the River Thames, and a medical journal published that his fast resulted in the loss of a 25% reduction of his body weight. So cool, dude.
So he just did crazy shit.
He just did crazy shit.
Okay.
But I don't know if you've ever seen his shows, but he also does weird tricks in front of you that you're like, how the fuck did you do that? Makes weird shit go through his hands and does weird, insane card tricks and makes, like, if you've ever seen a street show, like, look it up on Netflix. It's fucking, I think it's entertaining as fuck. And then he also has one
I'll go down a rabbit hole. I already know I will.
You will.
Yeah.
Where he, like, goes and, like, performs for celebrities in their homes and they're, like, freaked the fuck out. It's very entertaining his street performance stuff where he just, like, goes to people around the street and just, like,
wows them.
if you've never seen David Blaine, he's fucking weird and awesome. And he's so, like, calm and, like, he's just wild.
Just a wild time.
So his most recent trick was in 2020 where he performed his ascension stunt, which involved floating while holding a cluster of 52 helium-filled balloons using a harness. That's it, though. That's it. He was just on some helium balloons.
Okay.
And it was in Page, Arizona, and it was on YouTube. So he managed to get to an altitude of 24,900 feet above sea level.
Okay.
And before letting go of his balloons and parachuting down towards a flat ravine.
Okay.
And he did that without harm. He also has a very revealing TED Talk about his life and his magic. So
does he just disappear at the end? It'd be cool if he
probably
does.
does.
That'd be dope.
Probably stick something through his whole head while he's talking.
I am not dead.
So his latest show, which I was on his website and the website was a little unclear. I think this is called Broadcast, but I think it's on YouTube. You could probably just look it up. But in this one, he blows the minds of celebrities like Kanye West, Jennifer Lawrence, Will Smith, Drake, Stephen Hawking, David Beckham, Johnny Depp, Stephen Curry. Steph Curry. Dave Chappelle, John Travolta, Patrick Stewart, Emma Stone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger. So
damn, just to name a few.
Just name a few. Name drops. So look him up.
He's
Hope
crazy.
you guys like magicians or
That
forgot
was
about the
fun.
magicians.
I like that.
Did you?
That was fun.
Yeah,
It was different.
We watched magic
That
when I
was
was little.
out of the
so
box,
I thought I'd share.
but not in the Saw box, so it was good.
Also, because I was doing this topic, I kept thinking of the Eagles song, Abracadabra, I'm gonna reach out and grab ya.
Oh, I remember
which is
that
the
one.
worst lyric
Yeah,
I've ever heard in my life.
It is pretty bad. I do remember
what are
that.
you-
Where was that from? It was from some movie, but I remember it.
How does it?
You had the tune right because I used to listen to it on repeat because I'm a freak in my fucking blow up chair.
Is it from Teen Witch?
No, but that would have been amazing. If it was.
So top that. Okay, well, why don't you top that with your history story, bitch?
Oh, that was a nice segue. Here we go. History list, because we all love a good list.
Listory.
Here at Listory, I do. I like that, and that might be the name of my segment.
And the Listory.
I love it. Okay.
Not Listeria or Listerine. Listory.
Put them together, though, and you have a delicious fresh mouth baby. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
If you put them together, it's what you get to cure corona.
Exactly. Just put that right in your veins and then a baby pops out.
You just shove Listerine inside.
It's all good. So I did, because I think we did this before where I kind of did like just a bunch of like random history facts. And that's kind of what I did here. It's like batch number 2.
Oh, I like that.
That's batch number 2. So here we go. Batch 2.
All right.
Listory.
Batch.
The second part. Okay. Part deuce.
There should
That is
be.
making me very belchy.
Well, but it does have 7.
It has all the
carbonated
seltzers shit in it too, so that's fair.
And lemon.
And lemon. Okay. So, first up is Pope Stephen the Sixth.
My favorite Pope.
Right? He's like the best.
Is he the best?
Is he?
I guess we'll find out right now.
Oh, you're gonna find out right now. So he put his deceased predecessor on trial.
Deceased.
His deceased.
Deceased.
Shut up. Yeah.
Deceased.
I don't know
he
why.
He put his deceased. Sorry.
I don't know why I said it like that.
Dicks. What?
Dicks. Okay. So, okay, and this is also known
You guys
as...
like when we talk about dicks, right?
We can. Or you guys don't care. Otherwise, why would you still be listening? Okay, so this was known as the story of the cadaver.
Lovely lady.
Cadaver Synoid. I'm probably saying that wrong, so I apologize. Hooked on Phonics works for me. Okay.
Asinoid?
Nope.
What?
It's SYNOD.
I don't
Snoid.
know what that is.
I'm going to call it Snoid.
Okay.
All right, cool. So in the 9th century, the Pope had the power to crown the Holy Roman Emperor. This meant that popes were were involved with political, intrigue, and many of them didn't live long after assuming office. So there's that.
Is that just like you assumed office? You're going to die soon.
Yeah. You just assume death. So,
well, here you go. You're going to die soon.
You're going to die soon.
It's a death.
So Stephen...
Last sentence.
Yes. So Stephen VI's predecessor, Formosus, reluctantly crowned the Duke of Splito as the Holy Roman Emperor, and later crowned the Duke's son, Lambert. And when I was reading this, I kept saying it 1986, but it's not that at all. It's the year 896. A little off.
For 1,000 years off.
Just a little hair off is Samsonite. So Formosus reversed course, crowned one of his allies, King Arnulf of East Franks. Shortly after becoming emperor, Arnulf became paralyzed and returned to his native Germany, and Formosus himself perished. So when Stephen VI took the papacy, which is papacy.
Papacy?
No, papacy.
Papacete.
When he took the papacy, the crowning was still in dispute. Stephen had closer ties to Lambert and wanted to reinstate his ally, of course. And the cadaver was a means to, delegitimize Formosus and all of his decisions as a pope. So, I know it's very confusing.
What?
But yeah, this is this.
Wait, what was the cadaver doing?
So the cadaver, this is what I guess it was because Formosus perished, right? So he's dead. He's dead.
He perished. Yeah, the parish.
Not the parish. He died.
Oh, he perished.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he took that and he wanted to delegitimize everything that he had did as pope.
Okay.
So Stephen ordered Formosus' 9-month-old corpse to be not just to be pulled from the ground, but to be clothed, to be not bathed. I was just joking, but to be clothed and actually brought to the courtroom, which is bananas. And I just said the 50s and the fucking through the early 90s was a wild time. 800, that's where it was at. 800 was a wild time.
We've just been trying to figure it out
the
whole history of the human race.
Clearly.
We just keep trying to figure it out. We keep fucking it up.
Putting corpses on fucking...
figuring it out. We know best.
Jesus. So he dressed them all up.
Jesus was there.
Well, he might have been. So he dressed him up in his Sunday's best, put him up in the courtroom, and he appointed a deacon to speak on the departed's behalf. During this this ridiculous trial, Stephen accused the cadaver and he I'm sure it was this grand fucking thing how dare you, sir? And of course
it's just Weekend at fucking Bernie's.
100%. He probably put the stones on the coins on his eyes. And it was his sunglasses.
Yeah, what was the equivalent?
It was coins, wasn't it? It was stupid coins, and he's just
slack people use their sunglasses. They just put fucking
coins,
quarters on their eyes.
Yes,
they had quarters in 800.
Yes, they had quarters. No, they put I don't know if that was a thing then where they were
cucumbers.
At. No, 100%. They got to make sure that they get those bags, those little death bags out from under their eyes. Can't be going to Jesus looking like a raggedy Ann. All right. Okay. Anyway, this is the Pope, for God's sakes. Okay, where was I? Stupid.
Can't go to Jesus looking like Raggedy Ann. No, you can't. Jesus will make you turn right around.
Right around. Go
poor Raggedy Ann, because she's possessed by the devil in the fucking people's basement.
I'm making all the connections.
Jesus Christ, the Warrens found her. Annabelle. Oh my God. Here we go. Next up on the list. Here we go.
No, it's not done yet.
Oh, we're not even done.
We're getting close. Okay, so... Okay, what happened after Raggedy Ann? Okay, so... Oh, yeah,
Raggedy
okay.
Andy?
So Stephen, he accused the cadaver of everything from perjury to violating... what is that law? It's like the... I can never say it right. Canonical... It's like the canon law.
Or you can't sing the canon.
More
row your boat, row. No!
That's what I was thinking. Like,
You cannot do that!
the Cankle law? No, like canon law. But it's like canonical.
Like canonizing? Like,
Do you know like
blessing?
because you know what the canon law is,
Catholicism?
right? Because it's Catholic. So I'm assuming you know what
like
that is.
canonizing. Like when you're like blessed or something, when you're like, you become a priest or something.
Well, yeah, they just call it like whatever.
The
It's
canon
canon
law?
law, and he's like, he's accusing him.
We didn't learn about that at St. Patrick's.
Oh well, you
We didn't learn about the
to
law.
a shoddy ass church. Okay, so
We also talked about evolution, remember? So it was
that is
very
true.
ahead
It's
of its
very
time.
evolved. Okay, it was. So yeah, so apparently, and again, like that law is like was the body of laws that like made within Christian churches,
Okay, got it.
if you will. So anyway, so what was left for Moses was found guilty and thrown into the let me back up. Okay,
The cadaver?
so the cadaver was found guilty, and then he was thrown into the Tiber River. So they were just like, don't know what to do with this. We'll just throw that right in there. That's fine. Just throw that bag of bones in there. But the trial itself was so controversial that Stephen's reign only lasted a few more months until he was stripped of his out of his papal seed.
What? Was he stripped of?
They say words
It's
weird.
a new strip club, the Papal Seed.
It's like Johnny Appleseed, but it's for vagina. Okay, no, it's the papal. God damn it, I'm not even drunk, dude. Okay.
I don't even know if
The
I don't even know
papal. The PayPal. The PayPal seal. Popple. That's what it is. Popper. Anyway, so Stephen's reign only lasted a few more months until he was stripped of his popple seed.
Seed or seed?
I keep saying seed, but it's seal. It's 100% nowhere close to seed. It is seal. Like the
Wait, what did you just kidding? Got it.
PayPal.
Okay, he was stripped of his papal seed. No one knows what that is. What is that? Your papal? Your pap smear? You got a pap smear.
It's that thing right between your vagina and your taint.
Great.
Dude, I don't know why I can't pronounce this word right now. It's so stupid. Anyway, people are crashing their cars going, you guys fucking... I'd rather careen into this embankment than you to listen to you two right now. Anyway, no, okay.
No,
He was stripped of his... I'm assuming I'm pronouncing this probably wrong, but papal seal.
We get that. No one knows how to pronounce it.
I just figured you would because you're Catholic. Anyway, long story long, he was
I'm a
executed.
horrible
So they all died and probably thrown into the river. So next up.
In the Tiber?
In the Tiber River. Okay, I didn't know that was going to be such a fucking tongue twister for me. You guys ready? Because it doesn't get any better. Okay, so Einstein's brain was stolen. Little known fact. I didn't know this. Yeah. 100% factual.
Well, he was quite the brain.
Oh.
But his soul made the connection, so you don't get shit with just the brain.
No.
Or you
No.
probably, who knows?
Who knows?
Anyway.
Okay, so Einstein was aware that scientists might want to study his brain after his passing. And he, bid it. So, knowing that, such studies rarely don't die, are you okay? I didn't even say anything that funny. Are you good?
I inhaled my third-ish punch.
Well, you probably got a seed or two. Okay. You good?
I am at the bottom. I'm to the fruit on the bottom.
You to the fruit. Okay. So, so he forbid it.
Fruit smash.
Yep. Right in your throat. Okay, so he forbid it because he knew that such studies rarely produce useful information. Nevertheless, when Einstein passed at Princeton Hospital in the early morning of April 18th of 1955, the pathologist who examined him, Dr. Thomas Harvey, finally something I can pronounce, decided to remove the brain of his own initiative for future study. Dr. Harvey took Einstein's brain home, which...
I'm just gonna take this home. Is that cool?
Which, by the way,
it's 1955.
Right?
Fine,
Which
right?
I kind of imagine, for whatever reason, I'm he's gets on the subway and he's just sitting there with his fucking jar of whatever they put brains in. Just what's up? Yeah, it's fucking Einstein's brain. No big deal.
You guys want to know whose brain this is?
Yeah,
that I got right here in this jar.
It's not a big of a deal. But probably even then, he probably shoved it in his fucking briefcase, so he could sneak out of the office with it.
His briefcase.
That's still my favorite thing in the whole wide world.
Great love, Mark Groves.
Love it. Briefcase. Yeah. So anyway, he divided it into 240 pieces and stored it in 2 mason jars, which I don't know why you broke it up into 240 pieces if you're gonna just put it through 2
stupid idiot.
Right?
God, it was 1955.
Seriously. Again, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. And he put it in 2 mason jars filled with cellodeine. And shortly after Einstein's cremation, his son Hans Albert found out about the theft and was fucking furious.
Yeah.
But Dr. Harvey convinced him to let him keep the brain. And he was like, okay. And then that's the end of that argument. So, moving on. Taking the brain without permission did have professional consequence for Dr. Harvey. He soon lost both his job at Princeton Hospital and his marriage, which I would have loved to see the reason why he went to the court and everyone's like, whatever, cheated on me or...
I stole Einstein's brain.
And she's like,
This was the biggest...
that was the last straw. I just couldn't do it anymore. He asked me to make a casserole and I was like, no, sir, that's a brain on my table. And I just had it up to here. I packed my canary and I came down here.
I told him not to do it.
I told him this was it. If you brought home one more brain...
Jesus Christ, Mary and Joseph.
Yeah. So, then he moved to...
Sorry, guys. I still have fruit smash in my throat.
Clearly.
I don't have the Roan.
You don't have the Roan.
The Roans.
If you did, it wouldn't matter because I'm vaccinated. Okay, so then...
I'll just breathe all up on you.
It's fine. And then he moved to the Midwest where he took a series of jobs, either practicing medicine or running research labs. He kept Einstein's brain for the next several decades... At one point, storing it in a cedar box underneath a beer cooler, hoping to unlock the secrets of his intelligence.
And hopefully a frat boy's dream finding treasure hunt.
What dream finding? Yes, 100%. The fate of Einstein's brain was mostly unknown until 1978, when a reporter tracked down Harvey down in Wichita, Kansas. And then then that reporter released a magazine article, and that obviously released a story, and it brought a flood of requests for samples of the brain to study. And starting in 1985, which apparently I guess he was giving them fucking candy, so whatever. So, because some scientists got a hold of them, and they began publishing their findings. Many of their studies did claim to find some differences between Einstein's brain and that of a normal person, quote unquote. But they also lacked representative control groups, so making their findings suspect. Hashtag unreliable. And even if these studies had been conducted more effectively, neurology still hasn't determined whether the physical structures of the brain actually affect a person's intelligence. They probably do, because I know that my brain's probably a little bit smaller than the average Joe, and it's fine.
The average Albert Einstein.
It's true. Today, what remains of Einstein's brain resides at the Penn Princeton Medical Center in New Jersey. Almost nobody's allowed to see it.
Jersey!
Obviously. Not even researchers. But many more pieces of Einstein's brain can possibly still be found across America. Thanks to Dr. Harvey's habit of giving away pieces to his curious friends.
Oh my God.
Hey, do you got a beer? I got this brain. This pieces of brain. Would you like that? Perfect. That's great.
if you give me $100, I'll give you a piece of Einstein's brain.
Jesus Christ, gross. Oh my God.
That's crazy.
Okay, next up.
Can you also, just thinking like, oh, it's just Einstein's brain's hidden in the bottom of the fucking Penn fucking hospital or whatever.
Right.
Can you just imagine what is hidden anywhere?
Right.
Anyways.
It's true though.
Like, this isn't a hospital that no one's ever gonna fucking see. Like, what other kind of shit is
Here.
hidden like that? The alien brains.
The alien brain, 100%.
Fucking alien brains. Frozen Walt Disney.
Oh, we know he's frozen somewhere with the aliens.
Frozen solid.
Making out with him. Okay, next up. This is called the most kissed girl in the world. And this is a 19th...
She had mono?
Maybe. Well, no, she was dead, but it's fine. So, and this is a 19th century drowned teen whose face was the model for a CPR dummy. Okay. Anyway, I'm diving right in. I told you it was going to be weird. Okay.
I have a good idea.
This is great.
For a model?
So, during the 19th century in Paris, a body of a girl presumed to be a teenager who drowned herself was pulled from the Seine River. In an attempt to identify the unknown girl, authorities put her body on display in a mortuary, but no one came forward to identify the teen. It's like a sad pound. God. That's horrible, right?
Oh my, like that would never fly nowadays. Like, there's no way no one would ever.
Everybody,
you guys want to come to the local
mortuary? Just come on down and just
local old lingers.
Take a gander. Jesus. Okay, so.
Oh my.
So nobody identified her.
Shit is wild. Until we realize.
That's what, you know wild. What? That's what it should have just be called this week. It's just called "Shit is Wild." Like, it's just listen. And it's great.
Yes.
It's a treat for your ears and for your segment, for your eyes. It's great. So she became known as the unknown woman of the Seine. A doctor who conducted an autopsy was struck by the serene look on the girl's face and created a plaster cast or, quote, death mask of her facial expression because that's what you do. He's like, you know
Can
what?
you please repeat what you said he was...
He thought that her face looked serene. Yeah, that's what it says. Serene. Not sincere. I can read that much. It said serene. You know what?
We should encapsulate this forever and make it...
So he's like, you know what? No one cares about her. Let me just put this mask on her and I'll just take her.
Was he in... little necrophilia?
He could have been, and who knows? Maybe he left a little hole around her neck and put it on his dick. I don't know what he did with his life.
Oh my!
I'm just saying.
Did you just make that up? Have you ever heard of that? Oh my god! I hope that's not something people do.
I hope not either, and I hope I'm just dark and twisted for just a really random reason and not because I need to go get help. Okay, so anyway. As I listen everywhere. Okay, Corona. Okay, so replicas were...
What?
No. Okay, so replicas were made of the mask, which I don't know... Did he take that to parties and was like, look at this beautiful serene mask I use.
Do you guys like this? Do you think it'd be a good
it's super cool.
Dummy face?
Right?
For CPR purposes?
And then right. So then somehow, like, that replica got, like, went on to become the model for a CPR mask. So in the late 1950s...
So wait...
I'm going to tell you how that became a thing.
He just made a mask of her face?
Correct.
For fun.
That's what
it wasn't for... Because
no.
Great...
Because her face looks so serene. That was the only
he is a fucking
reason.
Super creep.
Right. But couldn't you imagine...
Super freak.
Right. He probably had like thousands of serene, quote-unquote, masks in his basement. And I'm sure one guy was like, well, that one looks nice. I'm like, sure, you want like $1,000 for it? I don't know. Okay, so in the late 1950s and 60s, again, a wild time.
I know I did not make that connection, but what the fuck?
Right. When mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and CPR were invented, I guess maybe that tiger went to that class. So
yeah, like,
whatever.
Why are these so connected, Shay?
I don't know what's going on, but it's fine. So... Archer Gordon of the American Heart Association noticed that medical students who practice CPR would end up hurting each other because they were practicing on each other. And I don't know. I'm like, why were you hurting each other? Because you're that aggressive? Like, That's
Well, you have to, like, slam someone's chest in.
but like mouth to mouth, like you don't need to be that aggressive.
No, you don't.
But I guess that's true.
Wild.
If you're doing CPR, then yeah, I guess that would. If you are probably hurting somebody 100%. Like, could you stop doing that?
I guess, like, what else could they have done, though?
Right? They don't know. So so he and another doctor, Bjorn Lind, asked a toy maker, Asmund. I'm not even trying to pronounce that last name because I'm going to butcher it. To create a mannequin that students could practice on. So Asmund had seen a replica of the mask of, this poor girl that had a serene looking face, and used it for a female mannequin dubbed, I guess they dubbed it Annie. So because it looks so peaceful and it wouldn't be intimidating. True story.
Okay, weird.
So according to Asmund's company, which still makes the mannequins to this day, about 300 million people have been trained using this Annie doll, essentially.
Yeah.
So
I remember my babysitting class in, like, 6th grade.
right, yeah, so she has earned the title of the most kissed girl in the world. Which I'm like, I don't know if you would call that a kiss.
Damn, she is skanky hoe.
I was like, that's what I just said when I...
But she classy because she only been kissed. Well,
She just-
she's probably been way more than kissed.
She
I bet
probably-
it's probably the fucking dummy for fucking sex dolls.
Fuck.
I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Gross.
Just blown up.
Just blown
I'm
up.
sorry, Annie.
It's-
Rest your body.
Rest your poor
in
little body in
peace.
peace. Poor thing. Okay.
Oh my god, that is so weird.
It is real weird. Okay, so Ben Franklin severely electrocuted himself. Now I know what you're thinking. This little key on his kite.
No.
That's not what I'm thinking. Oh, really? That's what he's
no,
known
that
for.
is what-
Okay, yeah.
But
that's
then I
not.
was
No.
jumping the gun.
No.
That is what I was thinking. I was like, yeah, Shay, I know.
Yeah,
With
what's
a
okay.
lightning bolt.
I had the signiferoid. You had that. That's fine. Okay, so today people had the misconception about Benjamin Franklin's contribution to the study of electricity and his famous kite experiment. First of all, Franklin didn't discover electricity, which I don't know why I think I wrote this down because it was so fucking ridiculous, because I love that this article that I found this on was like, just so you know, that he didn't actually invent it. Electricity was always a thing. I'm like, all right, thanks, Reddit. Like, that's enough. Like, you need to calm down. Like, I didn't get it from Reddit, but that's what it seemed like. It was just like, did you guys know that electricity, it wasn't even invented? It's around us. I'm like, yeah, we know.
Yeah, I told you guys that last week on my grounding episode.
He was just showing how you could harbor it into like into a thing. Like, that's he didn't invent it, but anyway, like, they broke it down for anyone. Was like,
yeah, it's
just
the same
so you
people
guys,
that told us the pharaohs were these
Right.
white dudes on a fucking
100%,
statue.
100%.
Same dudes.
Yeah. So just in case everybody doesn't know, electricity is a natural force. So anyway,
We're electric. Everything is electric.
I bet you it's a David Copperfield.
Cockatiel?
Cockatiel. Anyway. Okay.
Hashtag cockatiels.
All the cockatiels. Okay.
Should we get a 30-ish cockatiel?
We should.
Shay,
Just
you should
sits
have it
right
in your
here
house.
with my cat, and
Your
my cat
cat
will
will
just
eat it?
stare at it, just like, what do I do?
Okay, moving on. We're going to be here for
Okay.
17 more
I
hours.
know, I'm sorry. So it is true that Franklin flew a kite during a thunderstorm, stupidly, but it wasn't struck by lightning, and he wasn't he was not electrocuted. Holy crap.
Remember
Okay.
when Jeremiah was electrocuted?
No.
And I saw,
Why are you laughing like that?
because I saw him get electrocuted, and then he was like, I'm fine to work. And then, like, every 5 minutes, he would, like, jumble himself like he was electrocuted. And I was like, you need to go home.
Wait, what?
I know
When did
that we're
happen?
short-staffed always, but please go home.
What
And
happened?
drink water. Jeremiah got electrocuted trying to fix the hood at the restaurant. This is a little restaurant story for you guys. Cafe Vito.
Well, how did he...
It's not a thing anymore, so we can talk as much shit as we want.
It doesn't matter.
Just kidding. But Jeremiah got electrocuted one time, and I saw him, and he wanted to stay and work.
No, but
And I was
how
like,
did he
"You're
get
gonna-"
electrocuted? Like, did he
He was trying to fix the hood
and
switch,
he crossed a wire.
and he, like, was trying to get his shit, he crossed a wire, then he got electrocuted. I saw him get electrocuted, and then we were like, okay, you need to go sit down.
Like, did he shake?
Yeah, a little bit. And then
was it like
afterwards,
when the kid from Jurassic Park hit the thing and he was like,
it wasn't like that crazy, but it was like he jolted.
You could tell like it
you could tell he got electrocuted.
Yeah.
And then like literally he was sitting at the bar drinking water, and we gave him Coca-Cola because it was,
the thing to do.
And yeah, he would like every couple minutes he would like randomly like little jolt.
You're like, you need to go home.
I'm like, dude, this is like some movie shit. Like, you're not working anymore,
right? Okay, you're making like the forks.
I know no one's
and
on salary
and knives
but
to
you
go.
Gotta go home, buddy. You gotta go home. Only I am when I work 80 hours a week. Okay, it's perfect
for a nickel. Okay, anyway,
it's fine. When I work 400 hours a week. Just kidding. It was 70. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Wow, what a wild time.
This is good. Okay, so anyway, I'm so sorry I didn't send you a card, Jeremiah. I apologize. Okay, so anyway, so it was true that he flew a kite during a thunderstorm, but it wasn't struck by lightning, and he wasn't electrocuted. When Franklin examined his kite, he received only a small shock from his static electricity, which I only remember him like with his like little like owie. I don't know why he's got a little flamboyant on that, but it's fine.
He's Benjamin.
He was
flying a kite in a fucking thunderstorm.
What did he think was going to happen? Right. So not as dramatic as the lightning strike we think of today, but it was still enough to prove his thesis. However, Franklin was severely electrocuted on another occasion, and for a much less scientific reason. He was cooking dinner.
Just like the David Copperfield thing. Cut his finger off, cutting a rope.
Kind of.
Anyway.
But that was probably less embarrassing, but here we go. So Franklin had been studying electricity since 1745, and he believed that electrocuting a turkey made the meat uncommonly tender. I don't know why he described it as uncommonly.
After it was dead?
Well, I think so. Like after it was I'm pretty sure.
I hope it wasn't before.
Right? Like just trying to catch him with like just tongs.
Oh my God.
So one night in 1749, Franklin was trying to electrocute a turkey when he accidentally touched one of his two limbs.
Quite the sentence.
Right. One time
in 18 whatever you said.
This club has all the things. It has electrocuting turkeys.
It has keys.
So you can electrocute your turkeys with it.
What else does it have?
It has kites. It has stupid. Okay. Anyway, I lost my place. Okay.
I forgot turkeys. Everything else I've ever said. I was like, what else could we add to this club?
So stupid, right? So one night he touched his two linden jars. That was an early electrical component used to generate electricity. Mm-hmm. And he received a shock. So Franklin himself didn't remember what happened next, but onlookers say Franklin shook violently, which I don't know why. He's like
just like staring in his house,
or like just probably in his fucking barnyard. Like, because I mean, this is
I guess he was cooking a turkey. So
1749. Like he was out like fucking like out in the fucking barnyard, and he was like, I'm gonna put on a show. He was
also when you cook a turkey, it's not for like yourself.
Yeah, I'm sure they were all like
onlookers.
Yeah, I'm sure they were all having their beers and watching him
cider.
Right? He's like, come, gather round. I'm going to electrocute a turkey and have the finest meat in all the land.
You guys want to come electrocute a turkey with me tonight?
He's like, they're like,
we're going to electrocute
Franklin.
Electrocute a turkey in my house?
So dope. Do you want to go, like, make some articles of, like, the Republic later, too, after that? Like, yeah,
you guys want to, like, sign the Declaration of Independence later?
Let's do that. But
Can you do that?
Let's get a snack. Fucking bros.
You guys need... He's just like a frat boy. You guys want to like see what happens if I electrocute this turkey? Why can't I say electrocute?
I couldn't either.
It's hard.
It's so hard.
It's hard after punch.
It's so hard after punch. Okay, so anyway, so he shook violently, and then Franklin expressed momentarily numbness and a few days of soreness, but the experience arguably taught him
slight
confusion. But it taught him just as much about electricity as the key experiment did. But honestly, let's be
The
a little
universe
bit
was
real.
like, dude, you didn't learn shit from this.
Right.
We're gonna.
But he was like, he's like, that's cool. Got it. That hurts.
No.
And that sucks. But like, we're gonna put down in the history books that I put a key on a kite because this is way less embarrassing than this shit.
Yeah, he had a lot of power to like change the narrative.
Right? He's
for
like,
sure.
we're gonna change that shit.
Like, I signed some things.
Mm-hmm.
Did he sign the Declaration of Independence? I think I made that up. Did he? No, he did.
He said the Constitution.
The Constitution.
Yeah.
Jesus.
It's fine. He might have signed the Declaration of Independence. I don't know. It's fine. It's all founded on lies. Anyway, what's going on? Okay, let's move it along. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, so that was that, and then I found some like little tidbits. So I found some more like this other like little list of 125 things. I only listed like 6 of them, so don't worry, guys. Of how like this is just a bunch of cool fucking little random ass facts that were just too short to whatever. Okay,
random ass facts.
Random ass facts. In this listery. Okay, so in ancient Olympics, athletes perform naked. Did you know that?
Hell fucking yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
I don't know.
Because if you're naked, like,
that's true.
You are raw. You are not depending. You are,
and you're probably gonna run the fastest you've ever run.
You
in
are
your life.
aerodynamic.
Yeah, that's true.
Fuck.
You free as a goddamn cheetah. You just
are free as a bird now.
Yeah.
Taking it back to free bird. Okay.
Boom.
Siegfried and Roy.
Love it.
Okay,
always back to them. So this was a way to achieve closeness to the gods and also help detox their skin.
I mean, that's grounded as fuck if you're naked.
It is.
Running. In competition,
detoxing their skin through sweating and not wicking it away.
Embracing the pure natural spectrum of light from the sun.
100%. Great. In fact,
additional bonus.
In fact, the word gymnastics comes from the ancient Greek word
gymnastic.
Gymnasium. That's probably wrong, but whatever. It means athletic training and exercise, and naked. So. Boom, gymnastics. Start flipping around naked, ladies. That'll be a whole different crowd at the Olympics.
Bare naked ladies.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Bare naked. Okay. They should do that again.
They should.
Oh, Olympic skiing naked. All right,
that sounds awful.
They didn't have
especially for they didn't have
Winter Olympics in the ancient times.
No, they did not.
It was different. It was called "We're fucking eating mushrooms from a reindeer piss."
Yep,
and we're going in the woods.
And who survives
in the snow?
And who survives?
That was the Winter Olympics.
That was it.
Here we go.
Okay, next up. Okay, so this is the only secret society that I want to be a part of.
It's not the Illuminati.
It
isn't.
Not
so secret anymore.
It's actually done by the Roman Catholics. And it was in Bavaria.
Is it the Knights of Columbus?
Close. It was founded in
I thought that was hilarious.
1740. And it was called the Order of the Pug. So new members had to wear dog collars and scratch at the door to get in. And it was active until 1902. I'm dead serious.
And then the priests... Never mind.
Oh, well, that's what happens sometimes.
Oh, my God.
What happens when a doggy is naughty? Rub his nose in it. Okay. What's in this punch?
Random ass fact.
Dude,
I am feeling great for a little punch.
Dude,
it's that CBD
it's
and
that CBD
that
dough.
LIQUOR.
TRUU. Yeah.
MOUSE.
Okay, so next up is King Henry VIII of England had servants who were called grooms of stool, whose job it was to wipe his ass after he went to the bathroom. And during his reign, he had
So groomsmen are technically supposed to be doing that for
so remember, gentlemen,
groom.
you just hike your little curtails up.
You curtsy?
You curtsy and you let them wipe. Front to back. Front to back. Just remember that.
If anyone could have seen Shay's face when she said that, it was very serious.
It was just so everyone knows.
Front
to back. Don't be a dick. Don't push that on his balls.
And
That's not nice.
Get your dick in that.
Don't do it. I mean, that might be a whole different thing if you're doing that on his wedding day, but like, whatever.
Whoops, sorry, I got your dick in there.
I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Is this not how we do this? I'm super confused. But to be nice, he knighted all 4 of those grooms of stool. So
if you wipe my ass, I'll give you a knighting.
Humans.
I'll knight ya.
The moral of this fact is,
You wipe my ass, I'll give you a treat.
humans are fucking foul. That's the moral of this fact.
They're
just garbage people. Not the men that did that.
lazy and entitled
But
assholes.
these fucking pieces of shit leaders and
I need someone to wipe my ass.
Right?
I'm that rich and I'm that powerful, so
100%.
I might as well have people to wipe
However,
my own ass.
Henry
for me.
VIII was a piece of shit.
Well,
so
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
yeah. In ancient Asia, death by elephant was a popular form of execution. They could be taught to slowly break bones, crush skulls, twist off limbs, and even execute people using large blades. So sword fight, fitted
With
to
an
a tusk.
elephant?
Yeah. In some parts of Asia, this method of execution was still popular up to the late 19th century. But I think that we should personally bring that one back. Can you imagine me like, hey, Scott Peterson, line up against the wall?
I don't think elephants should be involved in that kind of horribleness.
Well, honestly, I'm joking because
I know.
elephants feel more than most humans feel in their lifetime.
That's
but
very true.
also,
That's insane.
Random thing. Did you know that Scott Peterson is getting potentially a new trial? Look that shit up. It's really upsetting.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't.
Well, he got off death row, and now they're like trying to see if he's actually going to be able to have enough evidence to grant him a new trial, which is fucking bullshit. But saw that this weekend. That pissed me off. He's a piece of shit. He should have death by elephants.
How?
Because they're talking about like a juror that was not, she wasn't looking at the facts, she was going by her heart because apparently she was pregnant at the time, so now she's saying,
What?
It's a whole fucking thing. It's a shot
You
in the
could
dark.
literally say that about anyone in any jury at any fucking point.
Yeah.
Of
So
like,
they're, they're really honing in on that, and they're honing in on like there was like some testimony they have from some guard at some jail that it was like these random robbers that kidnapped Lacey and actually killed her or whatever by accident. I'm like, fuck off. So, okay. Anyway, that's another story for another day. We're talking about history. Okay, another animal one. Okay, 100 million years ago, the Sahara Desert was inhabited by galloping crocodiles. Back then, the Sahara Desert was a lush oasis full of life and full of predators. In 2009, fossil hunters found the remains of crocodiles that had large land-going legs, which is right, that were capable of galloping across land at breakneck speeds. All I can think about is like horses with scales and with like a long mouth,
like a long ass
right? Like
that is.
It
so
looks
scary.
like a fucked up centaur is what I see in my brain. Like, just bolt. Like, can you imagine?
I guess that's like a dinosaur,
right? Which is essentially correct. Yes,
but not.
but weird and like more upsetting.
Like crocodile. Yeah,
I don't.
More upsetting.
Yeah, more upsetting.
More.
Way more upsetting. Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh my god! They
Yeah.
just found this out.
I did. Yeah. So 2 more. Okay.
They did. I know you did.
No, in 2009. It's about 10 years ago. Oh God, more like 12 years ago.
Oh my.
Boo, Shay, boo. Okay. God damn. Oh yeah, it just happened just a while ago. More like 12
Just
years
a couple
ago.
years.
Fuck me. 2009 was not that. 2009 was like fucking yesterday. I can't even remember what I did in 2009.
I was a junior in college. No.
I think I just.
Yeah.
I was just. It was probably my second year here in Fort Collins. Crazy.
I was a junior.
Okay. 2009?
I guess I was a sophomore, junior.
Yeah.
No.
Were you Johnson
I was
Wells?
a junior.
Yeah. Johnson Wells?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only college I've ever been to.
Oh, there you go.
Besides Front Range to finish my 2 classes that I never finished.
Been there, girl. All right.
Anyway, yeah. What?
Okay, so Alexander the Great. So he was accidentally buried alive. Scientists believe, so this is like just came up I think in 2019. So scientists believe Alexander suffered from a neurological disorder called, I'm going to mispronounce it, Guillain-Barre syndrome. They believe that when he died, he was actually just paralyzed and mentally fucking aware. So it was like he
he was in a vegetative state?
Right. So he got sick. Like I think he had partied too hard. He got sick. He got an infection, but whatever disease, like it was like an autoimmune disease is what he had. And then what it did is like it just slowed everything down. So like they thought he died. And so, but he wasn't decomposing, obviously. So they were like prepping his body or whatever, but it wasn't like you do a bunch of fucking prep back then. Like they just fucking rolled you in a box. And you're like, okay, you're dead. But I mean, they did a little bit more for Alexander the Great. But it wasn't like you had like an embalming process, right? But they were just like, oh, he just looks so nice. Like he just even, he dies really well too. So like, but apparently like probably during them prepping his body, quote unquote, for burial, he was still alive and very aware of what was happening. But he couldn't get up because his breathing had slowed down and he was essentially paralyzed. So,
oh my God.
Honestly, it is one of my top fears. But again, if I was able to survive the embalming process now, like everybody else fucking watch out because like you clearly are ruled by me because I can escape death. But like back then, because like they just rolled you in a little box and then like
they're just like, well, you're dead.
So that was always like my biggest fear. But like I'm like, well, clearly I'm not gonna survive that. So they would know that you're alive. But I remember like there was like that weird fact, and it still sticks to me to this day, like where they sold bells to be put on top of coffins, like back in the old timey days.
Oh my God.
So in case, because that was a big fear back in the day, like where you would be buried alive. So then they had like these little things that you could ring your bell.
Like a life alert.
Yeah, exactly. But you're dead. But you're not dead. But you're in the ground.
But you're buried.
I can't even imagine that. All right.
Under the ground.
Last fact, and then I'm done, you guys. And this is a long episode, so we're at 48 minutes. Okay, so in 1386, a pig was executed in France. Yeah. In the Middle Ages.
Not for eating?
Nope. In the Middle Ages, a pig attacked a child who went to die later from his wounds. The pig was arrested, kept in prison, and then sent to court where it stood trial for murder, probably with that corpse, and was found guilty and then executed by hanging. The end. That was my last fact.
That's ridiculous.
I went for the weird ones this week.
I like
so,
that.
Anyway, so
I like it.
It's been 84 years, guys, and I hope you're still with us.
Oh.
And
well, should we just get right into what we gotta do?
Yeah, let's do it. Oh God.
Well,
that wasn't me rolling it.
Hello, everyone. It's Brie, your friend, your co-host. With the Mo host.
Ooh, that was nice.
With the Mo host.
The Mo host.
Mo hostess
I like
snacks. It. You got Mo hostess. Anyways, if you guys, if you've been listening for a while, thank you. Welcome again. Hello. If you feel so inclined to rate and review us on Apple
Please
Podcasts,
do it. Even if it's a silly rate.
Even if it's like a funny little like, these
anecdote.
Girls are really fun when I'm doing my laundry.
Right?
Or something just fun.
No rate is
if you
too
don't want
small.
to, it's fine too. But yeah, thank you. Love you. We're glad you're here with us. If it's your first time, holy shit.
You're awesome. Thank you for giving us a chance.
Coming around. Or
I
like
hope you had a good time.
We're like Magic School Bus meets fucking Drunk History. So hope 100%. You enjoy.
This time for real.
For literally.
Did he ever make a school bus disappear?
Oh.
He should get on that. Anyway,
Miss Frizzle. So yeah, we love you. Thank you. And follow us on Instagram if you don't already. THURDYISH.
Get it.
Also, if you don't already know, we are partnered with a dope CBD hemp company. It's actually a local hemp company from Fort Collins, but they deliver all over the fucking country, probably,
and they're amazing,
part of the world. They're awesome. They do the fucking right things. So if you want to go check them out, they're called Farmhouse Hemp, and use code 30ish to get a little discount.
Yes.
THURDYISH, all lowercase. And join us next time. We're going to roll the dice to see
roll
what we're
that
going to
dice.
fucking talk about next week.
Come on, crime. You know you like me.
We do the dice roll every week.
We do it. And I'm trying to make it
It's
all
never too
fair,
much.
so it's not like just I roll the same thing every time.
1, nostalgia.
Yes.
Okay, this better not be 4 or I'm re-rolling.
That's fine. 3.
3.
Food.
Food?
I think that's food.
We've only gotten the what is that?
It's
Is it
food.
Okay.
What is it usually? Well, no, because remember, like we got on a roll for pun
For
intended
like crime and
for
paranormal.
for you for like a long time. You haven't had paranormal in a couple weeks.
That's true.
So there you go.
All right, well,
The dice wants what it wants.
the dice wants what it wants. The heart wants what it wants. Okay, we love you guys. Thank you. We'll tell you guys our recipe for our 30-ish punch soon, and
Yes.
we love you.
Yeah, you're the
Thanks.
dopest.
Did I tell you we love you? Okay, bye.